And hey, hello there, it's me RJB from RJB TV at the one and only place where you can find RJB here on RJB TV YouTube channel. As if you didn't know that, because you are here on RJB TV YouTube. With me, RJB. The intro aside though, the introduction aside, tonight we are gonna have ourselves a great team game, hopefully an epic one. I tried to select one that is absolutely epic, and I hope this one is going to fit the bill, fit the description, and bring us all the hype, because I've been having dreams of wanting hype. I want hype in my life, and I think this game is going to bring it. I think this game is going to brighten up my day, your day, everyone's day with some real tight, hot action. Really hot action. We have two teams, in fact, Protoss, Zerg. First off, I think this is Doromi. Then we have Mozzarella, Yellow Protoss. And we have Z, who is also on team number 2, Protoss, Zerg. Then we have team number 1, Jing. 1a2a3a. I'm going to just call him 1a or Mr. 1. And then we have 77777. I only really know the player Doromi on this list, but I think that they're all pretty damn good. I think they're all pretty damn good. So it's going to be a left versus right team game. Should be kind of easy to keep track of. Shouldn't be that hard. I hope this is not going to be too hard to keep track, because we have right side team and the left side team. So both the Zergs starting off with a hatchery before a pool. Something that we've been doing on our own team games for a while now is pool before hatchery. Like we get pool, gas, hatchery. Turns out Koreans switched from pool first into hatchery first, as opposed to pool first. So that's something I'm going to try in the future as well. Hatchery, pool, gas, speedlings, instead of pool, gas, hatchery, speedlings, hatchery. That's something we used to do a lot. The benefit of going pool before hatchery, of course, is you have Zerglings on the map way quicker. I think by about 14 seconds at least. So that can make a big difference. But you do have less drones, you do have less economy, and you will have one less hatchery, which eventually means you will have less Zerglings on the map with a 9 pool than with a 9 hatchery. Also, Z is getting demolished by Probe Micro. Not what I was expecting to see, and it even messed up his timing on his third hatchery. Look at this third hatchery from 777. It's already almost finished up. Also, he hasn't started mining gas yet. He's gonna start mining gas very soon. He hasn't bothered starting yet, because I don't see Zergling speed. Yet there's the gas mining. Zerglings are already on the way from both the Zerg players. Yes, already finished there for Z. He does have the gas for speed, does not yet have the minerals for speed. The Protoss players have all gone for 7 pylon, 9 gateway, pylon, forge, pylon, cannon, pylon, and another gateway there coming out from Mozzarella. And he lost 1 or 2 probes in total. Looks like only 1a2a3a and Jing didn't lose a single probe so far. Fight there happening on the middle with 1a2a3a, just gonna call him 1, with 1 there trying to keep Mozzarella contained in his base, but Z is helping him out to not get contained. Likewise, Doromi has a pylon there in the front, so he can maybe start cannons here. He's gonna try to push, and basically what's gonna happen is both teams are gonna try to get an advantage over the other with micro movement and great macro. We're going to focus on trying to catch one of these opposing armies out of position, get a surround, kind of almost like that. They almost got the surround there on their opposing army, but they couldn't quite pull it off. They are forced to retreat here though. They are pushing them back, and now they are separating both armies, getting a surround on the Zealots. This is pretty ugly for Jing. Pretty ugly for 1a2a. 1a is winning the fight there on the top side though, but on the bottom side, Jing is losing the fight. Jing is losing the fight, but gets pushed back into his corner. We see that 777 killed the pylon of Doromi and forced Doromi to temporarily retreat some units back to his own base because he was in danger of getting attacked. We have Zealot Speed there on the way from 1a2a, still getting the Cyber Core. We have Jing already getting level 1 attack, and already getting a Citadel of Adun. Might be Dark Templars, might be Speed. Once again, fight there happening on the middle. It's mostly just people trying to get supply advantages over the other side. But at the moment, supply counts actually kind of look to be the exact same. But the main big difference is that 777 is getting way more drones than Z. Z is on 10, 777 is on 16. I'm not sure who's winning this fight. Blue, dark blue there. Let me just change this real quick. We have Jing and 1A. They're on the middle, losing the fight yet again. Because 777 isn't really participating in that fight. He's trying to distract Doromi with that circling movement. Z trying to catch those Zerglings, but they do make their way through back to the main base. 19 drones now for 777s. They're taking a risk. The team Happy Smiley Face, I think it's a Happy Smiley Face, is taking some risks. And the risk largely exists in 777 getting very fast Mutalisks, whereas Z is just sticking to the Zerglings. Now they're going to try to block and wall off 1A. He's got some Dragoons on the map. Got Zealot here from the bottom, coming from Jing. He's getting Zealot Speed, almost finished up. Level 1 attack, also almost finished up. I really like what both teams are doing. But the risk that Team Happy Face is taking so far doesn't quite seem to be paying off yet. They are now at a supply disadvantage of about 20. I'd say they're about 20, well, no longer, because 777 just started Mutalisks, so they're gonna catch up. And there's honestly nothing yet for Team Not Smiley Face, for the right side team. They can shoot up into the air, so the Mutalisks that are going to be entering the battle soon are going to change the flow of the battle for sure. But there's only 6 of them on the way. None finished up yet. He only has 19 drones. He's getting the Mutalisks very, very fast, but it's a very small amount of mutas. He's going to have to try to catch one of these guys by surprise, but we got cannons there on the main. 2 cannons there for Mozzarella, and Z has nothing they can shoot up in the air, but he's got an Evo Chamber, so he can warp in or morph some spores very, very soon. And he's in fact morphing 3 spores because he knows that the Mutalisks are on the way there from 777 because he had an Overlord inside of 7's base. So the Mutalisks arrive a little bit late. The gamble doesn't quite pay off. He has to change his plans. And while his plans are being placed, while his plans are being changed, wow, that's difficult to pronounce. While his plans are being changed, they tried to make a move on Jing, but Jing now 96 supply. He's actually, together with 1A, in a supply lead. The other 2 players have fallen behind. We have Z, or 7, hunting down Overlords from Z. So Z is currently supply blocked, lost 2 Overlords in total, but they still have the army advantage on the middle in terms of mobility. 777 is flying back and forth while droning up, getting Lurker aspect and getting Hydralisks. I really like what they're doing. So far, the risking and the gambling hasn't worked out in anyone's favor or disadvantage. I mean, they are blocked. I mean, 1A is blocked and is getting more gateway units. Same for Jing, getting more gateway units. He does have a robotics on the way, but so far, nobody has actually been attacked. We've only seen fighting on the middle and people running into chokes and then changing their mind and running back into the middle. It's time for more cannons. Mozzarella is the cannon king, getting cannons all over the place while having 450 APM. I'm not sure how this guy does it. So 3 spores there for Z. He's getting a Hydralisk Den, finished up, getting a couple more spores, and getting an Evo Chamber. He's getting transportation for Overlords, or is that speed? I kind of forgot what the icon looks like. Fight happening here though. Jing only on Zealots. Some Dragoons in the back. Correction. Drop there from the ROM. Trying to wriggle its way through. Reaver unloads, but he's too close. Gonna take that Reaver down in the shield as well. The ROM makes a micro mistake. And that's something I don't often see him make, but he made one there for sure. He could have done a whole lot with the Reaver shuttle, but winds up doing absolutely nothing. That attack could have broken the back of our dear friend Jing, but Jing had to zing and turn the situation around with a little ding ding and bing bing, and now they are in a bigger supply deficit. Look at the supply lead that Jing and 1a have over Doromi and Mozza, and a supply lead that 7 has over Z, although that supply lead between the two Zergs is shrinking quickly. Z now 35 drones, 7 on 3-1. And they're now breaking into 1a's base, but 1a has a great concave. They're on that choke point. Overlords there from Z flying into their deaths by accident. We have Dark Templars on the scene. Overlord speed finished up for by Z. We have Lurkers there entering Mozzarella's base. Mozzarella has no detection. He spent all that money he had over the past 6 minutes onto cannons. So he's pretty far behind here back at home. He's got all this real estate there on the middle that's keeping 1a and Jing contained. But he's now under attack himself by Lurkers. He needs detection really quick. Drop there, flying into 7's base there, though. Nothing can shoot up into the air. Nothing can shoot into the air. Those Templars have free storming ability, and he does hit something. He hits a whole lot. Goes from 37 to 17. 20 dead drones are on the scene. Hydras have spawned a little bit too late, but they will clear up the scene. Overlords there, saving Mozzarella's gateways. Pilot is there, moving about the map. So far, this game has been high-paced, and it's been high-level. But, well, we have one hit so far, one attack so far that really mattered. And that's the drop on 7. I can see that by Z, the pink magenta Zerg here, is going to scoot ahead of 777 because of that drop. That drop was pretty hard. We do have drops on the way there from Doromi once again, flying over the bottom side, trying to find a way into Jing's base or 1a's base. He's going for 1a, finds a really good angle, flies around everything. 1a doesn't... Oh, 1a notices. Pulls his probes away. Templar on the scene. Templar hits really hard. Hits really hard. I'm too slow clicking on the Templar because I didn't have my hand on the mouse. But I assume that he went from about 52 to 37. Let's just assume he lost about 20 there. About 20, maybe 17. Still a pretty hard hit. He does have a huge army though. He got 183 supply. Most of that is army. Most of that is army. So now the game has slowed down a little bit. It's going to be a small period where we see shuttle drops flying back and forth trying to kill probes. Because the middle has been sealed off. They might soon make a move on 777, but look at the amount of Lurkers there in his choke. We need some detection for that one. But they're gonna run right into the Lurker swarm, and they're gonna lose a whole lot of units. They forgot to bring the detection. This is a disaster. So now they gotta turn around, but there's so many Lurkers there. Even though you have detection against that many Lurkers, it's difficult to break through. It can be really difficult to break through. 777 has recovered his drone count. Still behind on Z, but he's on a healthier amount than before. Double drop there coming in onto 1A, but he's got Dragoons in between, some cannons as well. Takes it down with ease. Takes it down with ease. I really want to see Jing just attack into the middle. He's got such a big army, while his opponents do not have a whole lot to fight with. I think if he just moves into the middle with his army that he can break through. I think he can break through. He's got 1 armor, 1 attack. He should be fine just breaking through this before the Lurkers burrow up. When the Lurkers burrow up, his prospects of breaking through are going to be a little bit more difficult. Also, great contain there on Z. Looks like Z just got dropped into oblivion. Absolutely destroyed. Got 5 new drones are on the way, but only 10 minerals in the bank and 4 drones alive. Is going to be on 9 drones. He is out of the race for quite a while. He really needs some Hydralisks here to defend against drops from Jing, because that drop from Jing absolutely blasted him in the ass pretty damn hard. He should have been prepared for that one, but he wasn't. So Jing is aching to move out, but he took too long. He wanted to drop on Z first, but now we got more cannons, Lurkers, and Dragoons are on the middle. 1A also still contained Dragoons there placed around this side as if they're functioning like cannons they can shoot across. That's really, really smart here from 1A. That's really smart. You could also put them on the high ground with shuttles, but he does have shuttles. He has robos. So he's switching over into drops. They're all still playing on one single nexus. Right here is a double nexus from Doromi. He's in this corner safe and sound. We have double nexus there from Mozzarella as well. Yeah, the game has really slowed down, although we do have a big drop here. I mean, they're all playing really fast, but the action has somewhat slowed down, toned down, because they're focusing on getting complete control over the map to deny movement of the other team completely. This drop here right now is the focus. He's going to try to fly in. Frontal Shuttle has some zealots inside to drop and unload there on the corner. Reaver there sadly gets unloaded first, starts unloading there closer to the scene. Reaver there very close as well. A lot of cannons, got Templar there as well, waiting to storm, but it kind of whiffs the storm. Gets only 7 kills, not really the storms he wanted. That one gets 10. That one hasn't stormed yet, gonna try to storm. Oh, he returned. Oh, gets 13, down to 26 probes in total. Still has a lot of minerals, but only 1 Nexus. Recovering is not going to be that fast. That's going to take the wind out of his sails, but he's going to try to return favor with a drop of his own. With a drop of his own, they're coming in hot. He's going to drop it like it's hot, but sadly, it wasn't hot enough. Snoop Dogg does not approve. Couldn't drop it like it's hot. Doromi keeps the probes alive. 71 in total. Triple Nexus, in fact. Triple Nexus. Doromi is up to something that the others aren't, and that is a superior economy. Or at least recoverability. So here we got Dragoons there to help out Z. We have cannons coming up there for 1A. The people are just trying to recover from losing their probes. 1A has recovered. He's in back on 56. He's somewhat healthy. He could use a couple more, but he can't really move into the middle. He needs maybe Reavers to push through those cannons. Like Mozzarella has just been building cannons all over the place. Got a lot of gateways there at home as well. Looks like this game is gonna be a long one. This game is gonna be a long one. Everyone is bunkering up. Everyone is taking control over the map, or at least the section of the map that they already have control over. They're fortifying themselves. Drop, they're coming in onto 1A, running away with the probes. Templars on the scene. Templars hitting a couple of those probes, but not a lot of them. Yet 56 now down to 51. Oh, look at it. I missed this one. Jing there with a surgically precise hit there on the lair. Loses the lair, keeps most of the drones alive, but loses what matters the most, the lair. Down. Oh, another drop there comes in from 1A. Runs those drones to safety, hitting all the drones down to 16, 15, oh, 14. The triple storm there does the trick. Z is suffering bad time. Maybe if he had some lurkers around here, he maybe wouldn't be losing those drones. But oh, another drop there coming in from Jing. They're kicking up the speed, ramping up the hotness. They're dropping it, and this time it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot. It's fuming hot. It's burning through the defenses of Z. Dragoons are coming up to kill those Reavers. Templar there on the scene trying to crawl forward. Gonna kill some of them Hydralisks. And another drop there already coming in, but it gets sniped because he noticed, he saw it coming. Now a drop there from Doromi, going straight for Jing's life. Is Jing prepared for this one? He's killing his own cannon at a terrible time as a drop there comes in. Mutalisk on the scene there from 777. He's on maxed out supply. Drop unloading from Doromi. Where are the probes? Very far away. He's gonna unload and kill the Mutalisk there. He's got Archons, Templars, everything there on the scene. Killing everything he can. We got a drop there from Mozzarella on the scene as well. Gonna try to kill those probes as a return. Killing the Reavers. They're just killing everything they can. And they killed a lot of Mutalisk with the probe there. The probes also went down. Looks like one of these two players caught those probes as they were running away. Some of them do return back home. Only 8 left alive there, and a couple more there on the corner, but they will also go down. Drop now coming up onto Mozzarella. It's a dropping scene. It's a dropping spree. It's a dropping party. Arriving there, start storming. Is he going to hit something? Hits a huge shot there on Mozzarella. He had 72, now 42. That's a big hit. And that means... oh, Lurkers on the high ground. 777 is playing really good. Guardians on the scene. Jing is out of money, 7 probes. Looks like it's up to 1A and 777 to turn this game around as they're now breaking through the middle. Cannons are no match for Guardians, but Guardians are no match for Storms. They can't dodge, they're just too slow. Storms will take care of this. More Templars arriving on the scene, gonna pull those Guardians away. Got a mass field of Lurkers there keeping him contained. Yeah, this game is turning out to be pretty hype so far. Their bases do not look pretty. I gotta admit, it does not look pretty, but they're functional. That's all that matters. You don't need a pretty base. As long as you know what you're doing and everything has its own function, you can win games. Now, Doromi is spending a lot of money at the moment. He's got 80 probes in total. Only about 5 cannons on his Nexus. He's really confident in his ability to not let anything slip through. More Guardians entering the middle. What are the upgrades, actually? 1-1. 3-0-3 there for 1A. 0-2 there for Z. We have 2-1-2 there for Mozzarella. Oh, they're gonna go for the push. Gonna go for the push. Big drop there once again. Moving towards Jing's main, who's on 2-1-2 upgrades. I should check up on Doromi real quick as well. Oh, Dark Swarm there. 2-3 upgrades for Doromi. So all the upgrades are pretty much all almost maxed out. Storming and ooh, Zealous there going under the Dark Swarm. Reavers on the scene to protect against the Storm Drop, but he hits the Nexus instead of the Pros. He's going to run away with those Pros. They're still alive. Going to storm everything he can. The Reavers stay alive and do save the day, I hope, for Jing. But go for the Nexus. Yeah, the Nexus is not going to take a whole lot of damage, but at least it takes some damage. Here on the middle, the Zealots there entering the Dark Swarm are slowing down this push. Templars, Lurkers, Hydralisks, Dragoons all on the scene. It's a big party. It's a big party of 2 armies smashing faces into faces. We have Jing almost on the verge of death. Almost on the verge of destruction. 14 probes for Jing. All this fight here happening on the middle. It looks like Team Z, or Team Not Happy Face, the right side team of Doromi, Mozzarella, and Z, is currently in a massive supply lead. Z has recovered, but he might lose his drones right here, right now, as the storm comes down and he hits a lot of them. He wasn't 70 down to 39, 32 drones dead and gone. Mozzarella there pushes back that Dragoon and Guardian army. Courses in the air for the Guardians. 49 drones there for 777. He's got all the technology he needs. He's got Greater Spire, he's got a Defiler Mount, he's got triple Evo Chamber, double Spire, more Guardians, and probably Devourers morphing here in the front. A couple nice cannons from his friend 1A, Lurkers in between, Defiler there on the scene. Things are looking strong and mighty fine. Dragoons on the high ground there from Jing. He's still trying to play his part in this fight. He cannot do much with 21 probes and only 300 minerals. He can't do much with 65 supply, but he's trying to do the most he can while his ally 1A is building cannons in his base. Lurkers are burrowing up, but the Lurkers might just kill the probes. Probes are running away. Kills a lot of probes right there. A lot of Zealots there from Mozzarella on the scene might try to finish off that Nexus, but the Lurkers here are actually just helping the enemy. The Lurkers are actually just helping the enemy. So hopefully he pulls those away. Guardians pushing onto Z now. And we have 1A pushing into the middle into an army of cannons. A sea of cannons. Guardians on the scene. Does he have a lot of... He does not have a lot to protect himself against this. Drop there comes in once again, but that drop there doesn't do much. So yeah, this 7-7 is definitely being the MVP for Team Happy Face so far. Pushing through. Guardians, it looks like they don't do that well against Hydralisks. That's just Guardians only being good from a long distance, not that great from a close distance. With a Lurker, I mean the Defiler on the scene. Hopefully he's going to save the day with a good Dark Swarm here right below to make sure that he's not going to lose his shit. But no, loses the Defiler. Big mistake there from Z. Got Zealots on the scene, but they really can't do much. So the Guardians are having a field day. Devourers in the air, providing support. Drop there over the 12 o'clock base, going straight for 7-7 to try and take the wind out of his sails by hitting him hard with a Storm Drop, a Mass Drop, whatever it's going to be. A lot of Lurkers are on the scene though. That's about 6 Sunkers there as well. Oh, excuse me. Drop goes in. Dropping loads. Templars, can they storm? Oh, the drones got stuck. And he loses most of the drones because they have to walk all the way around the Sunkens, although Doromi just cleared those out, so now there's a nice path right here for the drones to walk through. But yeah, he got blocked by his own Sunkens, loses more of them than the Mutas as well. But the Guardians here in Z's base are wrecking absolute destruction. He got dropped at the same time as well, back to 74, 21 minerals, and below 100. I meant, it's hard. When there's so much happening all at the same time, it's hard to say the right things. 30 for the rounds. 50 minerals. Z is broke. Jing is recovering. Down 40 probes. Double Nexus. Still has his main Nexus, which is what matters the most. Some Guardians in his base as well. The Lurkers have been removed because he realized I don't really want to kill my allies' probes with the Lurker Spines, because that is what they do. Drop there, coming in onto 7 again. But looks like this might be empty. It's empty indeed. Not gonna lose his drones this time around. He's back on 69 and 420 minerals. 420 69. Oh, what are the chances of that happening? 420 69. Oh my god, it's a message from the gods. I think 7-7 is gonna win. 69 420. He's gonna win the game. I'm sure of it. Heed my words. Listen to what I'm saying. The magical numbers have appeared. He's gonna win the game. Drop there once again comes in. This time he hits the drones. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Hitting the Guardians as well. He still owns 420 minerals. He's not been allowed to mine for a while, but I really find it hilarious. He had 420 69. 420 minerals, 69 drones. I find that hilarious. So the Guardians on the side of Z's base are really a thorn in his side. Mozzarella is putting a lot of resources into keeping Z alive, dropping Dragoons, Templars here, right here, to defend against the Guardians. Drop there, comes in under the protection and cover of the Guardians, starts to unload, drones run away, Templars, can it storm? He storms and he hits him yet again. He's never allowed to recover from all that abuse. He might have to get a hatchery on a 5 o'clock and start mining from another base, further away from the drops. Should make it easier to survive, but I'm not sure if he's going to do that. Big drop there, great play. Big drop there from Doromi inside of 7's base. A lot of Templars on the scene. The drones are still back there in the corner. They are not going to run right into this Templar storming field. Observer there coming in. Observer gets sniped. Templar arrives. Templars cannot storm the Lurkers. Kill them a little bit too quick here on the middle. Reavers pushing forward, but Mozzarella going to stop that from happening with his own Templar Dragoon Zealot army pushing on 1A. Gonna pick up the Reaver, pulls it back. Dark Swarm operational. He got another Defiler. Drop there comes in yet again. Is he gonna survive this one? You got an Archon on the scene. Is he gonna get those Templars? Nope. Nope. Not paying attention at the moment. Loses the drones yet again. Back to 16. Z is just getting tortured and abused all game long. Big line of cannons from Doromi and Mozzarella on the middle. They really have to make a move on either Jing, who now has cannons all over the place. Templars, Reavers, he should be fine protecting himself. There's literally cannons everywhere. Same for 1A. Cannons right there, here in the back as well. Got Dark Templars as well against those mass drops from Doromi. It's going to be really difficult to kill the Happy Faces. The Happy Faces are going to be really difficult to kill. Oh, Reavers underneath the Dark Swarm. This is dangerous. Oh, the Dark Swarm ends just on time. But more Reavers on the scene. Templars storming everything to death though. Templars are storming every single Reaver to the Shadow Zone. The Shadow Realm. Gonna pick them up. One Templar in the shuttle. Gonna fly towards those drones. Getting closer. Reaver there on the scene. Reaver can't quite hit those drones. Oh no, they return too early. And he gets the hit off. Does he still have a Templar inside those shuttles? Yes, a Reaver inside. He's going to go for another run-in. Drop from the other side comes in as well. Drop from 2 locations comes right back in. Reaver unloads. Templar storms. Reaver finishes them off. And oh, the Scarab hits a couple of them. The double wombo combo. Big drop there onto 1A. Comes in hot. Arbiter on the scene, starts to unload. Hits the probes. All the probes that he got. He didn't unload, but he's got 10,000 minerals in total. Let's change color so we can see whose zealots are whose. Nexus under attack. Nexus taking critical amounts of damage. Archons are destroying it. Dark Templars cannot save it. The Dark Templars do save it. It stays alive. Dark Templars, the MVP, killing and clearing out the entire section. Templar there, of course, provided support, and the Reavers did their job as well. I'm really surprised nobody's died. Drop there comes in. Templars unload, and they do storm, and they hit the storms, and kill all the drones that were right there on the minerals. Got 6 drones left alive, 100 minerals in total. Absolutely bloody fight happening there. It's largely drops, and it's largely by Z that's the victim. But so far, the players are not giving up, not relenting. They're pushing onwards to victory on both sides. They're fighting their hearts out. Guardian push. Fighter in the front. I smell a plague coming down on those cannons very soon. You have too many Templars there though. Sniping the Templars there. Sniping the Templars as he moves forward. Reaver's there from Jing trying to push onto those cannons as well. Guardians all got stormed to death without really achieving much. Well, they killed this section, a couple cannons there. They did achieve something, but it wasn't much. It wasn't much. So Doromi gonna go for another drop on 1A. Comes in. He's gonna arrive on, gets the stasis. One shuttle unloads. Reaver's too far away, cannot hit those probes. Cannot hit the Nexus either. So nice little lurker field there to protect this bottom corner. We got a queen with ensnare, waiting to ensnare whatever flies in. More Reavers gonna get unloaded from Jing here on the front to push on the cannons once again. Big army of Zerglings prepared by 7-7. It's gonna push through the middle with Dark Swarm after the Guardians die. So Dark Swarm plague there on the cannons. I hope so. First Zergling there making its move. Goes for the attack. More Zerglings coming through. The fighters in the back. Ready to throw down the pain. Drop there onto. Gets the Nexus there. Doromi gets the Nexus from 1A. He's on 23 probes and no space or room for another Nexus. Dark Swarming on the middle. 7-7 is going to break through. There's only Dragoons. Got a couple of Templars there ready to storm. But that's a lot of Zerglings. Got Zealots coming there from Doromi to save the day. Storming everywhere he can. I'm not sure if he's killing the Zerglings, but it looks like he made a pretty big push there. Killed this entire top left corner on the middle. Reavers from 1A entering the fray. Ready to save the fight. Well, save the middle from enemy occupation. From 3 directions they're attacking. They're slowly gaining ground. It's not a lot of ground, but they're slowly gaining ground. Lurkers underneath the Dark Swarms, but the fighters went down. So Cells coming in to save this section. They want to regain control. We have a mind-controlled Zerg army from Mozzarella here on the 5 o'clock spawn location. The enemy doesn't know. Yeah, they don't know. They don't know. Got some Dragoons there to protect this. Mozzarella is going to try to win with the mind-controlled Zerg army, because Bai Z does not have much to talk about. Cannons coming out from Doromi here though. Like, this is the most cannons I've seen in my life in a Korean game. Usually these games do not last this long. Usually these games on this high level don't get to this point. Doromi throwing away a couple of probes for more supply space because he's rich. Very, very rich. 16,000, Mozzarella on 24,000. Reavers getting stormed, Arters getting stormed. Templars getting stasis, Reaver is still alive. Dark Swarm there on the Dragoons, Zerglings under the Dark Swarm, Ultalisks in the mix as well. This is madness, more Reavers, more Dragoons, they're pushing onto the cannons and they're doing it really well. Drop there from the ROM, gonna try to hit Jing once again. The Reavers are having less of an impact than I would want to see because the Templars simply kill them. But this push here from 7-7 is magnificent. It's beautiful. Drop there coming down onto Jing. It's a drop there from the ROM, unloading the Reavers and the no Templars. Templars actually on the scene. Gets a couple of probe kills there in the end after all. More Reavers. Trying to hit the Nexus but can't quite hit it. Can't quite connect. More probes returning but he can't finish those off. Still has 36 probes in total. He's on double Nexus so he should be able to recover just fine with the money he's got in the bank. The middle has been taken over by 1A, Jing and 7. They've done it. They've broken through. They've broken through. He's going to have to be very quick and fast with this drone, with his Zerg army. Put those drones to work for more gas. get more advanced technology, get upgrades, and get Guardians. And then he's going to try to go on the reverse push, but they might soon break into his base before it happens. He's got no cannons in the front. Right now, right here, Mozzarella is the weakest person, despite having the most supply, the most money, and the biggest 2 bases. Because he's got no protection in the front. He went in without protection. The cannons on the middle were his protection, but those cannons are now gone. Reavers there from the ROM getting killed with ease by protected Arbiter Reavers. Now they're breaking into the enemy base. We got Lurkers there, Underdark Swarm, Hydralisks in the base. Mozzarella is in a lot of trouble. He's on 18 probes. He killed his own probes and he's now relying on drones to get him his money. He's got double lair, spire, he's got a Queen's Nest on the way as well there for his bottom side base. He's gonna try to get his Zerg army operational soon, and if his main Protoss base dies, he can always proceed the game as a Zerg. Started as a Protoss, became a Zerg drop, there comes in, but there's no probes to storm, there's nothing here. Mozzarella with the big brain games, there's nothing to kill. Except of course his gateways, those are dying pretty damn quick. And we have streams and streams of Zerglings, Hydras coming from 7's base. He's doing amazing. He's carrying the game. 1A here though, getting control over the middle. We have a small little Dragoon army pushing closer to the overlords of Mozzarella. And by chance, by pure chance, they're gonna find out because the Arbiter is chasing a Zergling. They now know that Mozzarella has a Zerg army. But they're in the process of killing him. They are killing him right here, right now. This is getting very, very ugly for Mozzarella. 1A and Jing are on low money and on low pros, but they're still providing a lot of support on this maybe game-ending, game-deciding push. By Z. 82 drones, he's recovered finally, he's got Guardians, got Lurkers. Do the Guardians actually have upgrades? They do not. They don't have upgrades at the moment, so he might have recovered. He's still very far behind compared to everyone else with their maxed out upgrades. Nexuses are now in danger. Big unload there from the ROM, gonna try to save his ally with a pincer maneuver from the top side, but will it be enough? Look at how many units there are. The technology is getting taken down. He's building... The ROM also has his own mind control army now. So 2 players with a Zerg army ready to go, and a lot of money in the bank left to spend. The ROM there is gonna save his ally. The technology here on the bottom will go down, but will it be enough? More Zerglings coming from across the map. 1A isn't really doing... 1A is trying to control the middle, but there's simply nobody attacking into the middle, so this army is kind of doing nothing at all right there. ROM there microing backwards, got Dark Templars on the scene, no detection, so the Dark Templars will stay today. Lurkers in the back are gonna kill the Nexus. Unless, of course, this is gonna clear it out. More units there coming from Jing, but Jing decides not to unload. He's gonna change direction to the bottom side there. Gonna try to kill those drones there from Mozzarella. Mozzarella is now a Zerg player. He's transformed. He's made his transition. He is now a Zerg player. Mulisks in the air with their upgrades on 0-0. Hydralisks on 1-1. Mozzarella is now a Zerg player. There's nothing left of the Protoss that is functional. Like, he doesn't really have a lot of use in any of this. Nexus goes down, so there's another backup Nexus there though. Big ball of Mutalisk there coming from 7-7. We have Z finally participating with his 0 upgrades army. He's been under siege for the last 30 minutes. He's not been allowed to grow much. But finally, 38 minutes in, he's yet again participating in the race. But it might be a little bit too late. 1A is pushing with 7 support to finish off the Protoss that once was. Mozzarella is getting blown to the moon. Blown apart, torn apart. But I think he's almost maxed out with his Zerg army. He just needs a little bit more gas and a couple more upgrades to catch up. He is a Zerg player now, I've said it before, but he is a proud Zerg player. owner of Drone, owner of Muta, owner of Hydralisk and Overlord, and whatever else a Zerg has to offer. Might need a Defiler mount to just finish it all off. He's got it on the way. Great Aspire as well, getting an Ultimus Cavern 2. Drom is following in his footsteps with his own Zerg army, but he's now under attack by Jing and 1a2a3a joining the fray. Dancing Shuttle in the middle. Shuttle's ready to go for a killing move on 7. They gotta take out 7's economy. Can they do it with all the lurkers there on the scene? Sunken's there as well. Arbiter on the scene. Gonna try to intercept, and he's gonna do it. Hits it. Beautifully done. Arbiter on the scene as well. Double Arbiter. One shuttle unloads. Stasis on the drones. He's got another drone there on the scene. So no mining at the moment for 7, but he's got enough money. He doesn't care that much. Push happening there on Dorom. Dorom has his entire army on the other side of the map. He's gonna need some help. There's 3 players attacking him, and a drop is coming in as well, and he's got no way, no means of taking out the drop. Dorom is gonna get hit. Gets hit really hard, down to 17, 13 probes. Now a big unload from 7 to finish him off. Mass Hydralisk on the scene. Big army coming from his allies across the map. His 2 Zerg allies. Gonna try to save his life. Guardians in the air. We've got Devourers as well, putting their goo on the Guardians. Dark Templars from Dorom, killing the Reavers from 1a. Overlords on the scene for detection. The backside has been killed. No probes remain. Well, here one on the side. But the Nexuses are gone and getting taken down. This big drop there from Dorom got stasis again. He's going to be stuck in stasis there for the rest of the day. Mutalisks from Mozzarella now moving on to Jing. Jing has a lot of Devourers, so the Guardians won't do too much. Got Templars there behind the cannon line as well. Now this is indeed the epic game that I was looking for. A little bit of everything. Everything happening everywhere all at once. One last final drop there from the ROM. I'm going to try to hit the economy of our poor 7. Still has more stasis to put down on this large group of shuttles. Gonna go in with 1. The Guardians morphing from 7. More mutas on the way. Shuttles unload. Shuttles try to escape, and shuttles make their way out of there. Arbiter on a chase by accident flies into the cannons, gets tricked into killing itself. Dorom saved his main base. Dorom now has Overlords on the way. Mutalisks there on the scene. Mozzarella is a fully fledged Zerg. We can't even see how many workers he has because he started out as a Protoss. We can't see, but he's got 210 supply. Mass Guardian pushing. Arbiter on the scene. Guardians counter pushing. Mutalisks pushing on Devourers, but Devourers of course destroy the Mutas. Are they gonna kill Jing here? Are they gonna kill Jing? No, I don't think so. Templars are spawning. Reavers in the front are protecting the front door from this ground army that's pushing in, or at least trying to do so. Z is broke, because he has to keep running away from drops from Jing. Reavers on the scene there from the ROM, gonna hit the Nexus, gonna try to take down Jing. Jing loses the Nexus, gonna lose the entire backside. We've got Guardians pushing onwards as well. We've got drops are coming in from Mozzarella. We've got a defensive drop there coming from the ROM, from 1a to try and kill the ROM's Reavers. Reavers do go down, Templars go down as well. Mulas in the air there from Z on the Guardians. Wow. Oh my god. They're gonna kill Jing. Jing is gonna get murdered, brutally murdered. He's gonna lose. He's gonna die. After everything that's happened, Jing is out. He cannot survive this one. Although we have a lot of the fighters are on the scene though from 7. Dark Swarms there from Mozzarella to push forward with the Hydras. Guardians in the air. Protective, defensive Guardians morphing from 7. More drops coming in from the ROM. Unload. Is that a drop? Might not be. But Mozzarella, they're coming in with more Mutas. We have no Devourers on the scene there from 7. We have some Defilas in the back, but Defilas cannot protect because whatever they cast, it's going to help the enemy. They cannot cast Dark Swarms. They can do Plagues, but he needs so many Plagues to protect all of this. Storm there from Mozzarella on the Guardians. Guardians going to take him down. Going to push there from 7 into this top side base. The ROM is broke though. A lot of drones are on the scene here. Back at home, he's got 7. Oh, he's got a lot of drones. Okay, so the ROM does have money coming into the bank. A lot of drones, they're mining minerals for him. Not a lot, but it's something. He's got another 30 here waiting to be put to work. Jing is dying. Drop there, going from Jing's base to 1A base. Orbiter doesn't notice. Cannons in between, arriving on the scene. Is he gonna unload? There's nothing inside. Real drop here on the top side though. The ROM trying to find his way into 7's base. Flying through, hides on the scene, starts to unload. Templars inside. Templars can't storm lurkers too strong. GG, please nerf the lurkers. 7 there though, pushing on to Doromi. Doromi in trouble. Is it enough trouble? Drop coming in as well. 1 Templar inside. Nothing in between. Nothing in between. Templar gonna unload, gonna kill those drones, and he gets the greatest storm of all time. Well, maybe not the greatest storm of all time. Killed 7. That's not a lot. Not a lot. It looked way better than it was. It looked like he killed almost everything, but then it was only 7. He might still go for a second storm. Got to push there from Mozzarella on to 1A. Jing is dead and gone. The ROM is low on money, but can still participate just enough. Oh, this one is better though. 23 in total. Jing lead. Jing dies. And next is 1A with a big Guardian push from Z and Mozzarella. 1A calls GG and 7 calls GG, and the right side team wins in the end. After all, it looked really dire for a moment there. It looked like they were gonna lose, but Mozzarella with the quick switcheroo from Protoss to Zerg manages to buy just enough time and wins the game. Together with Z and Doromi supporting him to the end, and he flourished into a beautiful Zerg kingdom, and they won the game. Very exhausting game, but oh boy, that was one of the best games I've seen in quite a while. That one was certified fresh and hot. Snoop Dogg approves.